What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody, back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after a day. That's right, a day of extremely low support. Oh my lord. That's right. Our boy Phil is putting out the beg alert. He's letting everyone know that he's worried that momentum has stalled. He's extremely paranoid and worried about the kick chat or the kick dents because, of course, donations, where are they? Anyway, let's see what Phil had to say. By the way, this daily rap was like 14 minutes long. Your boy Doody isn't going to watch 14 minutes of Phil. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch one little segment and then I'm going to bounce up to about the 4-minute mark. So let's get into it.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Monday, the 3rd of February, 2025. Now, today was a fun day of gameplay, an interesting podcasting day with more tech issues that I may have solved finally. We'll talk about that in a sec. But at the same time, it was a day that was disheartening for me, and I'm going to tell you why. Particularly, it was my late night stream, and we're going to talk about that. Okay? So, on today's podcast, we had some fun discussions. We had some chill times.
Like I said, Doody's gonna bounce around because there's no way that I'm gonna listen to this fool for that long.
Gotta have a whole bunch of stuff plugged in.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Particularly better, okay? At the end of my last stream, and I actually really liked it. So I started using it again today. At first, admittedly, I wasn't doing that good because it's kind of weak. But over the course of the day, I unlocked the rapid fire and the extended mag. Those two combined make it way more powerful. So I was now mowing enemies down with this thing. Really, its weakness is bullets. Even with the extended mag, the most people you can kill is around 2. It's almost impossible to kill 3 people with this thing because you got to hit them so much to kill them. But I had a great time. Great progress, great support. Except we didn't hit the goal. I'll talk about this in a second. But great fun and learned a lot about using this gun and had a good time with it. All right. Support. We only hit around $70 in support. Okay. Now, admittedly, when I play Call of Duty, it is hit or miss. There are some Call of Duty streams where I hit the goal and exceed it. There's some that I don't. I think last time I played Call of Duty, I raised like 100. So I raised 70. Listen, it's not the end of the world. I don't always expect to hit the goal when I play Call of Duty. Now, keep in mind, we have momentum going. The momentum is that we're at 92 goals out of 100. I want to hit 100 by the end of the week because I want to do this special Viewer's Choice Marathon. You guys are currently voting on the games for that by going to the posts tab of my DSP Gaming channel and liking the games out of the 8 that I posted up on that thread to see what we're going to play when we do the marathon. There's going to be booze and food and festivities. It's going to be a really fun event. So I want to do it this week because next week we got betas coming out and new games are coming out. So I want to do it by the end of this week, okay? The problem is we didn't hit the goal on the first stream. So the late stream tonight was a very strong experimental stream. What do I mean by that? Tonight on the late stream, I played a game that I didn't know what it was. It was recommended by viewers and actually donated by a fan. The name of the game is called Mouthwashing. It is a psychological horror game where it's in the future. There's a disaster, a crash of a freighter. You're stranded in space, and it's about a group of survivors trying to get by and the psychological torment they're going through. It's a pretty messed up game. The thing is, I don't want to explain to you why it's called Mouthwashing because that would kind of spoil some of the premise of the game. I'd rather that you just watch the footage, okay? We played it for 2 hours. Does it have a lot of gameplay elements? No, it's mostly narrative and how you react to the narrative, okay? But I actually really enjoyed it. It's very dark, but entertaining in my opinion. And the story is developing. People said I got about an hour left to beat the game. We raised $50 tonight, all right? Now, I'm said it on the stream, but I'm going to reiterate it in this daily wrap, and I'm going to talk about it again on the podcast tomorrow. People tell me all the time, Phil, we want more variety in your content. We don't want you to just play the big AAA releases. You skip too many indie games, and we want you to enjoy more, particularly now that you have a high-end gaming PC and a state-of-the-art upper echelon capturing setup. We want you to play indies. So this is an opportunity. Someone recommended an indie to me and said, this is going to be worth your time. You should check it out. I said, okay. Attendance was okay. Support, 1/3 of my goal. So it's this simple. If you want indies and you're going to constantly campaign for them and you're going to ask for them, you've got to show up to support them. It's the same thing that happened last year with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's the same thing that happened with Metaphor. It's the same thing that happens with people who are a vocal minority. I feel there is an audience for indies, but this audience will only show up maybe half the time.
All right, I had to stop it because I think I let it go on long enough. I let Phil rant and rave for a pretty long time, just in case he's watching this video and he doesn't claim that I'm taking him out of context. Okay, so let's recap here. So the day before, the first of the month or the first stream back or what have you, right? Our boy Phil managed to pull in pretty big, solid support on the first stream. He did. Then he make like $300 something. So he had 2 tip goals, right? And then on the 9th stream, he ended up hitting $150 because I think, was it our Chef Sakai, I think, came in? Yes. Our Chef Sakai came in and dropped some subs and got him to the 150 mark. I think he was pushing like $8, right? So Phil does not understand, right, that his pay pigs, the 3 or 4 dents that support this guy, that they do not have unlimited cash. They just don't. Like, they don't have a credit card that's unlimited funds. See, what happened here was that Phil spent most of his, 20s and 30s, right, racking up credit cards, right? Just getting new credit cards, moving the balance over, and then just maxing out those cards, and figured whenever I'll pay for it, I can pay for it. That's the future's problem. I don't have to worry about it now. I have money. So he ended up just wasting money to the tune of nearly $500,000 in debt, right? So he doesn't know what the value is of a dollar. He really doesn't. He thinks that money is endless. And when he sees these whales come every other day or every day and contribute to his ass, right? He thinks that they have unlimited cash. And it's mostly due to his experience with most of his life, where if he wanted something, he just put that shit on a credit card. It didn't matter whether he had money or not. So he translates that experience to other people. What he doesn't realize is, Phil, maybe those people are maxing out their credit cards just to support you. And eventually what happens is those credit cards get maxed out, right? And your credit line will only extend so far, Phil. See, Phil thinks these people that support him, Iron Chef Sakai and these morons, he really thinks that they have that kind of wad of cash sitting in a bank account somewhere. No, they're probably putting it on a fucking credit card. That's a typical habit for many people that support content creators that whale out. Like these whales that whale out on Kino Casino, Locale. That's what they do. They just max out their credit card because they think that they can buy a friend. And that's what they're honestly doing. They're trying to buy a friend, which is pretty sad. And pathetic. But Phil doesn't care. How many people have sent him money and said, I lost my job, but here's a couple bucks to make you feel better, right? Or I'm going through a bankruptcy, but here's a couple bucks, right? How many times does that happen and Phil doesn't say, no, dude, you charge it back, or I'm going to send you back your money. You shouldn't be donating to me. You should be taking care of your own problems, right? Phil never does that. He just says, oh, great, thank you, and then moves on to the next donation and continues to beg. We have 16 years of that, and we know how Phil is. And there's nothing new under the sun. Phil is the same, and he'll never fucking change. He just never will. And the other thing, Phil, is this right here, yet again, if you take a look at his support, and you take a look at when his support occurs, he typically does pretty well on the first of the month. Why? Well, first of all, for most people, they get paid on the first of the month, right? But what else happens on the first of the month, Phil? The first of the month, the disability checks come out, the Social Security checks come out, the welfare checks come out, right? All of these funds that get distributed by the U.S. taxpayer to people in need, air quotes, right? They go out. They go out to these people. And one example, Jade. He spends $40 a month on from his disability check to support you, Phil. A man that's disabled, that has nothing going for him, that's disabled, that can't work, that has mental issues, he's giving you $40, and you're okay with that, Phil, and you're okay with that. You don't have any apprehensions to say, hey, maybe you should save those $40 for yourself. Don't give me $40. Or at the very least, Phil, you should say, you know what, why don't you down tier your membership? Why don't you down tier your membership? Why don't you simply, get a membership for, for the regular $4 or whatever. Phil would never do that because he, sir, is just a scumbag and all he cares about is himself. So yeah, he continues begging and bitching about money and support. And I just think it's laughable. I'm going to end this video right here because I think I'm going to rant and rave and probably curse him out. And I don't feel like doing that today. I'm going to end it. I'm going to do a short video, but I just wanted to show you guys how pathetic this man is. He's calling a beg alert. And of course, he's threatening to wage quit Indy games. That's right. What else has he wage quit? He's wage quit DS Politics. He's wage quit long form React content. He's wage quit. And now he's talking about wage quitting independent games, indie games. What is he gonna play? He can only play Fallout and Dark Souls, but so much, Phil. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.